Stranded Output.
Hello guys, Shane from Stranded Output and Linux Lads here. So I just wanted to show everybody, just talk you through what's going on in this gameplay footage, because I'm pretty excited about this game. I've been working on it a lot for the last few weeks. As you can tell by my eyes, I stayed up very late last night working on all these mechanics. So I'm working in Godot game engine and I'm designing assets in Blender. And what I'm doing is creating a space RPG essentially. So think something like Elite Dangerous or, you know, I can't think of another example, but Elite Dangerous, that's a good example. So the whole idea is it's a space game with zero combat, no combat whatsoever. I have to keep remembering to look at this camera and not down at the little preview down there. But yeah, again, I stayed up till 3 a.m. working on this, so I'm very tired. So yeah, it's a space RPG with no combat, and it's all about exploration, solving puzzles. You know, it's very meditative. That's what I want. I want to just be able to just fly around the solar system, look at pretty things, you know, uncover a story, do a bit of investigation, things like that, you know. So it's not meant to be combat or PvP or any of that shit. Like, I just don't like any of that stuff. Sorry if there's noise in the background. My partner is currently on the phone with her family. We're having a baby any day now. So yeah, that just adds to the level of stress that I feel. um, so without further ado, let me just play this gameplay footage for you and show you what's going on here. So very exciting. Again, apologies if I'm not making a lot of sense because I am very, very tired. So we're basically, I have a mouse look, or you can use it on a controller or a keyboard and mouse. So on a mouse, obviously mouse rotates around the ship and stuff like that. I'm getting a bit of gimbal lock where the camera angle will kind of lock to a certain axis and you can't get it off that, and you know, I'm still figuring that out, but as you can see, it works pretty nicely. I have a lovely little rotating ring space station kind of thing going on here. I also have controller support where you can use the right analog stick. So I'm testing it with an Xbox controller. And then the right stick or the left stick does the movement of the ship. So currently we only have, so you see a bit of that gimbal lock there. So it only does roll and pitch, you know. So I'm just trying to do a little flyby on the space station just to show you. And oh my god, the video ended so soon. Anyway, but yeah, that's good. Let me just play it again just to show you. So this is just me faffing about in Godot. Press play to start the game. Start the game already. Yeah, so I don't have a main scene set, so cause it's just a test scene in Godot essentially. Those are my partner pointed out those asteroids, those very hastily made asteroids look like walnuts. So flying around the space walnuts. So yeah, I messed up the controls, so pitch up is pitch down and vice versa. So I have to fix that, and it's easy to fix. But it still messes me up when I try to play the game. So yeah, this is the ultimate aim for this is to have it be a very story-driven RPG type thing. I want to be able to dock with space stations like that eventually. Sort of like Elite Dangerous, where you need to fly into a very specific point and you can't deviate from that point. I don't know if anyone's ever played Vendetta Online as well. That's also a similar vibe. You can't deviate from a certain point, and if you do, you'll like crash into it, like, and it will just like, yeah, it'll be bad news for you. Let me just go back through this again. Yes, this is my very rambling take on my progress so far, but what I'm going to do is when I have a minimum viable product, I'm going to stick it up on like GitLab or something, and just let people contribute if they want to. So yeah, this is my return to YouTube. Like all these years later, when I look like so many years older, and and yeah, I've had many sleepless nights working on this. I'm very excited. I love space. It's primarily inspired by The Expanse and games like FTL. So a bit of a roguelike element to it. And then, where The Expanse comes in, what I'm working on is a feature similar to Elite Dangerous where you can switch between flight assist, where it handles more like an airplane, which is what you're seeing now. But I do also have a control scheme for relativistic physics cooking as well. So that means that you point the ship in a certain direction and you hit thrust and it goes that direction, and it won't stop going that direction. Even if you twist the spaceship all around, it'll still keep going in that same direction. So it's relativistic physics. So yeah, it's like you can't like just fly like you're in an atmosphere, like you're gliding on the wind. You have to basically point the engines a certain way and go pew, and fly that direction. So it's not as intuitive, but I want to give players the option to switch between those modes, because I know in Elite Dangerous when you switch to like realistic flight physics, it's really hard, because it's not like you can just turn. You have to kind of like and kind of arc back around, because you're thrust, because whatever way you're going, you have to thrust in the opposite direction, and you slow down at first and then you start coming back. So real intense nerdy kind of shit that I really enjoy. The scientific accuracy of The Expanse in particular inspired this game, and I just really want to create some sort of an experience where people can actually, I don't know, I'll add a story to it. Like it'll probably be like an investigative story of some description, like a you uncover logs and you explore abandoned space stations, and you can discover logs, and you can discover like old sensor logs, and you have to discover the solar system piecemeal, because it's after like a big war and everything's broken down and everything's terrible, and you have to kind of put the pieces together to find what you're looking for. So there'll be a real interesting story element to it as well. So I'm pretty damn excited about this. It's going to take a long time, and I have no designs of making any sort of money off this or anything. I just think it's a cool project, which I'd love to do. It's a bit of everything. I love music, so I want to make some music for it. I love creating visuals in Blender, so I want to do that. I love the gameplay. Figuring out kind of the logic of just designing a game is really interesting to me. And just the art, the storytelling, just game development pulls in all these different disciplines. And that's what I really enjoy. I really enjoy a big challenge, a big challenging thing that I can just focus all my attention on. So if you're coming here from Linux Lads, this is what I look like. I don't always look this tired. And I am going to have a baby very soon, so who knows, that might fuck up my schedule a bit. But yeah, we'll see. Yeah. So thank you for tuning in and listening to my idiotic ramblings. And yeah, I just wanted to give everyone an update, because I just want to put this project out there, just see what people think, and yeah, just keep an open development model, and I want people to give me input and advice and stuff, because that's how you learn. If you just sit in a room on your own, bashing your head against the monitor day in day out, you're not going to learn anything. You kind of have to put what you're working on out there for people to comment on it and give you feedback and all that good stuff. So bye bye.